because the dynamic of the family has been changed, not by simply by our choices, but by what's going on in society.
Do it!
And what we're discussing is the importance of black fathers inside the family, the roles they play, and what's it like when they're stepping in as the first father, where there's been a gap of fathers in generations on either side of the family. Big bro, where you at?
Okay. Well, on my side, my wife's father was sent away by her mother. So dealing with those women who don't respect men, they also teach their daughters not to respect men. So I'm dealing with a lot from the mother as well as the daughter. So this is what we're not discussing. We're not discussing what the mothers are doing, the what we call grandmothers, what they're doing. They have a lot to do with what's going on. The grandmothers, they
So let
absolutely
me
have a
see if
lot.
let me see if I understand. So one of your experiences when when the father wasn't present prior to you, so we talking grandfather, which I get it because I'm gonna come back with you on that. So the mother-in-law,
Right,
if she didn't keep her husband present, the things that
right,
she learned that kept that family in dismantlement or
right.
we call it dysfunction, those lessons
Dysfunction.
are passed to the daughter, and some inside some of those lessons is not, they aren't encouraged to um, follow the authority of the man. They aren't encouraged to say, "Hey, that's your father. That's it."
Absolutely,
It's kind of like
absolutely.
it's kind of like it's kind of like they're going to usurp the authority of you as the father because they hold themselves as they can raise the kid without you. Is that what
Absolutely.
you're saying? I get
That's
it.
what I'm saying. And I also had to explain to my wife that when she was on welfare, that you're not taking care of these kids by yourself. Uncle Sam, that man is doing it, not you. And she finally got what I was saying. It took a while to understand what I was saying. That you're not doing it yourself, and you keep saying you're taking care of them, but you're not.
Understood. Understood.
Right.
Carlton, does that point play a part in what you see when you dealing with families?
Well, like I'm saying, is a that could be a dynamic of a family. It is. That's the dynamic of the family that he's speaking about. But I'm saying, like, there are different dynamics for different families. There are mothers out there who have structure in their household, and they work and they take care of their family, and single parents who, who are parenting their children. Like I said, there are many things that impacts on a child's decision to go to school. If you're looking at truancy or anything, any type of behavior, there are families that have both parents, and this is just from me growing up. Both parents are there, and the one of the children, two of the children, off the chain. They just decide to go another direction other than they were instructed and reared to do. You know what I'm saying? It just happens. We have a lot of, like I said, we have a lot of things that run interference. And
It's not
you ever
right.
hear the saying, "It takes a village"? So it's not enough. It's not enough all the time for just your parents to be on the right track. Your neighbor, your community had to be on the right track, and your larger area, you all have to be on the right track. We all influence each other some kind of way, either through peer pressure or through like I'm saying, through the aggression. If you talk about just aggression in the community, there are people who weren't aggressive, but they become aggressive because people being aggressive toward them. That's not that may be a parenting problem, or that could be an individual problem. I can't take this no more. I know my mom told me to be a good boy. I'm gonna bust this dude in the head next time I see him. I'm gonna do something to him. Serious. So things happen based on your individual experiences, and everybody do not deal with everything the same way. Some people can walk away from some things, others can't, and others can hold on, but so long, and then they have another, they go in another direction also. So it's a lot of things that's impacting on people's behavior and how they think and feel about something. And especially, if you don't feel like you're safe, that's a problem. And that's a big problem in our community. I don't care if you have your mother, your father, and your grandmother in the house. Your neighborhood not safe. That's a problem, bro. That means your school not safe. The other school you choose to go to not safe. On your way to school not safe. You have all these things, that's distracting you from doing what you need to do, positive things that you need to do to improve your quality of life and the quality of life of your family and the people in your community. Because if you can improve your quality of life, you improve the quality of life for the people in your community and also your people.
So I want to jump in on that right there because when I'm listening to you, the the key talking points you said safe, community, and those there was another one that was on my mind. It's going to come to me. Safe and community are two of the most biggest points that the men's supposed to bring inside the household. Men's supposed to bring the feel of safety. They're supposed to bring the strength of the community. And this is why I'm saying there's the lack of fathers is not an individual thing. Like one thing I'm noticing from my perspective is that the black community look at things as an individual. My house, this, my house, that. I got a father in my house. I don't have a father in that house. But the point that I want to say is that the curse is not left to the one house that got a father, or like that. It affects community. That's why the community's abrupt because there's not enough fathers installing discipline throughout the community on all the fellas and daughters that's outside. So it affects the community in a negative way. There is no element of safety because the men aren't inside the community bringing safety. There was that I forget where it was, but the Klan, the white Nazis group walked through the neighborhood, and then it was a bunch of black fellas, the new Black Panthers came out and they had a show of strength, and that ended that. They're like, okay, so we're gonna make sure the kids are safe. And going back and forth to school, that's the structure of a fathers inside the household. The household is not limited to the address of the door. The household is the whole entire community, period. And that's what I'm talking about, the importance of men standing up and being inside the household. Now, I think what my brother is saying that there's an environment because I witnessed this too. So it's not just my brother; it's one of my experience that when you arise, because because the women have to realize that the men bring more than authority inside the house. The men bring authority to the neighborhood. The men bring authority to the schools that's in the neighborhood. The women have to realize that and yield that position and say, no, I don't. My black man is strong. My black man handle all that. He got that. I'm. You know what? You do that, I'm gonna get dad. I'm sending dad. I'm not going to the school. I'm sending your father to the school. That creates a different community altogether. And I think when I listen to you talk, you said those key talking points in your statements. You said safety, community, discipline. Those are the things that the father was charged to do inside of a community. That's his charge. It's not like we're going to fall back and let the women deal with safety in the community. We're going to fall back and let the women take care of discipline. We're going to fall back and let the women take care of the community. That's our task. And there's a disconnect between because the fathers like have not been there. Like even to the point where when I'm raising my kids and I'm talking to my sons and I say, listen, I don't even know what it's like to have a conversation with my dad. So I'm glad to have these conversations with you. My son would then say to his son, I didn't have the privilege of being with my grandfather like you got to be with your grandfather. So the generational thing crosses quickly and easily and makes a big dynamic effect on everybody.
Do it!